What's up, guys? It is January 21st, 2026. I'm running another backtesting video. This is looking the third video I'm gonna be uploading today, which is a lot of videos, but this is kind of like generally what I be doing in my everyday trading career, like maybe 1 to 2 backtesting sessions, trade in the morning, and then the rest of the day just filled in with additional activities that I'll be doing, like getting my steps in, going to uni, going to lectures, I don't go lectures, studying for my exams and whatnot. So this is kind of like a day in the life, um, just trading wise, obviously. Yeah, last episode, Lowkey kind of rushed. Took some questionable setups, I would say, but I'm locked in, locked and loaded. We're getting right into it. Continuing the week, we are not doing too well, I would say, in the year of 2025, but as the months go on, PA gets better, and I'm ready to start catching some more W's. Um, we have no news, I would say. Daily, we in versus big daily gap. It looks like we want to continue this bearish move. We're right now inside this big 4-hour gap. Um, and it kind of looks like we are edging some draws and liquidity here, right here. Equal 4-hour lows on, yes, or relatively equal 4-hour lows. And it kind of looks like we are consolidating in this range. For a bearish move here, I would love to see that's Lowkey W draw right here. For a bearish move, which I am leaning more bearish going into market open, I would hope for a resleep. Um, Either like on ES we have this perfect gap, on NQ we don't, which is kind of annoying. I would want to resleep potentially off this 5-minute intermediate high, and then continuing to our draws lower, being New York opening gap, and London session. Sorry about that. Or even an even better trade or opportunity would be we retrace, sweep that London high inside this unmitigated hourly gap, and then continue lower from there to completing the sell model, taking out these relative equal 4-hour lows on ES and filling in that New York opening gap. This trade would be more ideal because we are pretty heavily discounted for shorts right now, so I would want to be more in a premium range in order to short the market. Let's get right into it. I really hope we won't just. Oh my days. Yes. Um, Enters this 15-minute off open, and Q manipulates into this 5-minute. Um, Draws lower. Like I said, 15-minute low. We got this closure. This is a humongous stop. I'm taking this shit. Taking this shit right here, break even at this point, and I honestly think we are likely gonna get stopped out. I mean, break even, because of how early this entry is. But this is just a peak entry. This is like, I would say, kind of picture perfect of what I wanted. This may be a bit too early into market open here, but I do like the displacement. This is a clear. Okay, that's my break even. Clear displacement through the inversion. Um, Ideally, would I hold? No, I'd want to go for. Fuck me, man. Honestly, fuck it, bro. We're just gonna keep our thing right there, and then I'll decide if we end up not breaking even my trade. That Lowkey was a 1-to-1. I am pretty confident in this draw on liquidity though, and this London low, did we get a 1-to-1? I'm just gonna take a partial to be honest, if we got a 1-to-1. Okay. I'm live market, I'd probably just go fucking full TP, but let's test some things out here. Let's take a partial 1-to-1. Oh wait, no, gotta go here. Bro. Damn, we gotta really go deep in this 1 minute. Okay, fuck it, bro. It honestly does not really matter that much. 1-to-1, I'm gonna hold to um the beginning of this fair value gap right here and see if I can catch that as a trade. Let's Lowkey do one of these things. See if I can break even here. Look, it Lowkey looks like we're gonna. Is this taking too long? Lowkey is taking long. Yeah, it's taking way too long. We'll do one of these things in it. That's TP right there. That is TP right there. Bang. This trade honestly super early into open, but the draw on liquidity was pretty obvious. Rebalance this range. The only thing that I did not like with this setup was the fact that we're in the 4-hour range. We're really deep, like we were like all the way down here, but hourly range, like we've already mitigated these gaps. Kind of looked like we just wanted to go lower. This is Judas swing. If you guys trade Judas swings, this is a Judas swing off open, bang manipulation, bang straight to the draw on liquidity. And yeah, I think that was pretty solid to be honest. I'm gonna continue though, see if I can maybe catch another W. As we still do have previous day low, we can just honestly bum rush through this shit and then continue lower to previous day low. Because it kind of just looks like we want to continue lower here. Okay, previous day low has been swept out. Draws in the higher time frame. We still have this relative equal 4-hour low that we're like Lowkey edging. We also have these. So on ES, we still have pretty solid draws if we want to continue lower. But at this rate, I'd want to see a pretty big retracement in order to take another short. 10 a.m. is about to open. 10 a.m. opens, displace lower. Is there potential mech? Bro, I'm not taking a mech just because of how close we are to that draw. I'd want to see a retracement pretty deep in the range. Like I think I would have to take it from here probably if I want to take another short. It kind of looks like we just took out the final draw. Okay, I guess we still have these draws, but man, like these are deep as fuck. I won't even lie. Like I really can't be shorting this far into discount, unfortunately. Okay, see what we get here. Damn, it kind of looks like. Hold up, hold up. Wait a minute. Key levels here for a mech. Like, I don't even know, honestly, I could not tell you what the fuck this is. Key levels for mech model. Technically, inside of this 4-hour, I think I did miss my entry here because I was spamming the fucking button. Did we get it? I guess we inversed. No, we did not get that, so. Okay, invalid. Is there any more draws that we can edge? Oh my days, we just edged that hourly. That is still a really good draw on liquidity. As long as we push higher first and then hopefully generate and then we take a short, that would be primal conditions. What do we tap into? This 15-minute, we are still really discounted. I don't want to be taking a short from this gap, to be honest. To be honest. To be honest, we didn't even tap into it either. Maybe just generation play. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? No, we did tap into it. I don't know why it's like that. I still would have never taken this to be fair. I'm hoping we generate, push higher. It doesn't look like we're planning on generating. It looks like we're just fucking around. Um, yeah, I'd be off. Um, this was Loki the only valid trade today that I would have taken. This 15-minute right here gap tap. Um, obviously, like for me, if I were to take this very discounted gap, it would only be if we didn't sweep out important draws and liquidity. Because relatively, if we're just like bum rushing down like towards a draw, I would take a short. But because we've already swept my main draw and liquidity for the day, I would want to see a bigger retracement to probably EQ the range prior to taking my entry here. But 1W, honestly, I'm okay with that. Tuesday we have again present trust. Okay, I'm looking gonna wait. These orange folder, unless we get like a trade really early on, these orange folder trades are like dark horse, man. They sometimes get you. Higher time frame S&T on this 4 hour. In terms of the daily, we're really bullish. Did we complete the sell model on the daily? Perhaps these were the targets, and now we might be reversing higher. And we also have this S&T that I really like as I'm hoping that red line wasn't there. That would be fucking annoying. Yeah, I really like this. Holy, we have hourly high, equal highs. Inside or like almost inside this gap, which is insane for a draw. It looks like we've inversed this hourly gap. So this is more internal play. Kind of looks like we completed. It could be that we completed this daily sell model and this 4 hour sell model. We're inversing these hourly gaps. Yes, we did sweep out. We have this S&T, but we didn't really enter this gap right here. So I'm still interested in longing the market. If we do want to continue lower, I would still want to see like some sort of oh no, where's my thing? No. Fuck. I do like sometimes using this. It kind of makes me feel smarter. Um, I would want to see market open do this for a short, sweep this liquidity, generate, bang, retracement, bang, inversion, and then we take a short from there. Ideally, we're already rebalancing this hourly range. Hopefully a resweep of this hourly gap. We've already swept this out. It kind of looks like we might just make a playoff open. Wowzers. Like the last trade was really early into open. This is like a bit too early. SMT? Perhaps? Okay. Enter deep in the range. More discounted gas for longs. SMT on this swing low. It's just really annoying where ES is. Kind of sweeping out all of our draws. And then the Nasdaq's kind of like lagging behind in a way. And honestly, like my break even point, this is not even closed. So I gotta wait longer here. Resleep it perhaps? 30-second entry perhaps? Nope. Um, like we are stupidly discounted for longs here. We generated a whole lot of liquidity. The thing is, I don't like where ES is. This is a SMT though. I do have to say that, but I would have to wait. This is like not a really pretty inversion, to be fair. And it doesn't really look like this is just fucking chopped. Yeah, this right here, I could have taken this perhaps. Um, but like based off this price action, it doesn't even okay. 15-minute opens, we inverse this 15-minute gap. So I'm now seeing these as draws that we don't want to go to for now. It kind of looks like we have an SMT on this lowers his liquidity, and then Nas just isn't really inversing any gap. And then this candle right here is the candle that closed the 15 minutes, so now it'd be trading against the trend. So honestly, I'm just not gonna take that. Um, and in terms of like key levels, like we were in this hourly, but it just got like bum rushed through in this 5 minute, really discounted, but kind of already took our draws. Um, SMT, I could see us maybe taking a mech from here if we are inside a gap, which we're not. So I'm just gonna choose to fade this. We didn't get the inversion here. Potential mech from here. Swept out this. Drawn liquidity. Not really not inside any gaps that I would ideally want to take longs from, to be honest. So like, let's reevaluate real quick. Um, Higher time frame, we're kind of just continuing this bearish trend. Next draw on liquidity would be this. I honestly did not think we were going to continue this, but doesn't even have an SMT on it, so I think it's a pretty valid draw on liquidity here. In terms of what we've done, we did inverse this gap, but I guess the objective of this inversion was already swept. ES was respecting it. Kind of looks like we just want to respect bearish order flow. So I'm interested to see us close below these London lows, retrace, and then generate, and then take a short. 10 a.m. opens. 10 a.m. opens lower. Sleep out this draw. Do we have any more draws? We still look like holy shit, man. We're just dumping. Want to obviously trade with the trend here. I want to see a fat, just like the last scenario. Um, I want to see more of a retracement before taking a short. We are generating some sort of draws here on the 1 minute, but this is like way too discounted for me to take a trade. If we perhaps get an SMT inside of this 15-minute gap, that'd be pretty interesting. But I do not want to short from here, to be honest. Okay, hold up. SMT, it's now 11. We traded inside this first 15 minute, inside the second 15 minute. Is this still too discounted for me to take a trade? Because we're honestly like in these type of scenarios of just being straight bearish, we can't really always expect um like a fat retracement exactly as we want it to go. Like I wish I started that thing. Where did it go? Yeah, so like ideally we go generate, hit like some fair value up here, rebalancing, equilibrium of the 50-minute range, and then pushing lower. But we did generate some solid draws here, and I am willing to short the market given that we get a clean inversion at 11. Holy fuck, I skipped too much. That was our inversion right there. BE, this is Lowkey late in the session, but I'm still willing to take it because we rebalance into this first 15-minute, which I did say I would consider taking a draw. We have generated low resistance liquidity. Hard time frame, we're very bearish, and our next draw on liquidity would be 85 points, which is reasonable, I would say. The only thing that is kind of worrying me and something that I often neglect is kind of like how much the market is willing to give. We've already dumped a lot of points um, from the very beginning of market open. We've dumped 360 points. So ideally, are we realistically going to dump towards or are we realistically going to dump even more? 80 points? Probably not, but based off the structure, SMT, I still think it is somewhat valid if we want to continue this bearish structure towards these draws and these generated draws on liquidity. If this fails, it would be just due to the lack of the draw. If it doesn't fail, then we are continuing the trend. That is my break even. Break even TP. I'm just gonna do it to that low. What's the 1-to-1 saying? Right there. I'll mark out the 1-to-1 just for my pleasure. That's 1-to-1. Fuck it. Probably gonna rebalance. Generating liquidity. Oh man, this is. I should have taken the 1-to-fucking-1. Okay, there you go. Holy fuck, bro. This is why you don't enter after 11. That was a solid trade. I do want to see if we go towards my draw on liquidity here, or was I just completely off? Rebalance potentially was completely off here. Maybe we don't want to trade lower. Was there another like hourly draw perhaps that maybe ES took it out? Um oh shit, okay. So my draw was right slightly. My draw was right. We did want to take that shit out. Did we take it out before? If we took it out before I took this trade, we did. Okay, so now I'm reconsidering taking. Now I feel like this was slightly invalid. Was there another draw that we want to go towards? Maybe a 4-hour? Okay. Um, I don't know. If you guys are watching this, tell me if you consider this a valid trade. Um, this is definitely not a plus trade due to the lack of draw, but I'm continuing the trend. 15-minute SMT. I can't really expect EQ of the range to be hit all the time. On the Nasdaq, I felt like we wanted to go towards these draws, but we kind of already swept them out, so that kind of just makes my draw invalid, I would say. Um, I am really interested to hear what you guys have to say about this trade, though. Lack of draw, though, kind of makes it a shit trade. Okie dokie. Moving on. Moving on to the next day. Um, Sorry about that. Still really bearish. Did we rebalance? Wow, what is this? Oh, we're just rebalancing the move that we had yesterday. Um, Rebalanced the move we had yesterday. We kind of already took out London highs. We could continue the trend higher. Perhaps filling this gap. This is like just a random gap. Holy shit, trendline liquidity on the 5 minute. I kind of see this going both ways. Because we're inside this 4 hour right here. But we are rebalancing the hourly range, so I'm interested to see what or how the market reacts to this gap. And if we want to continue higher, we still do have previous day high and these equal hourly highs to target. For a long, I want to see more respect of this hourly gap and maybe a sweep of Asia low. I would ideally want to trade to this actually if we end up, because we did create this 15-minute gap, so I would want to trade to this, what it looks like on the 5 minute, like low resistance in a way, or this pretty strong draw. It kind of looks like we're just respecting the 5 minute. So if it gives us an opportunity to trade to this Asia low, I would take that, or otherwise I would respect the fact that we're rebalancing this RE range. And we do have draws higher that are pretty solid. Ideally, though, I'm going to lean more bearish going into the market because it kind of just looks like we're disrespecting a lot of bullish, respecting a lot of bearish on the 5 minute. So I want to see potentially a resweep of this 15-minute gap before continuing lower. I was about to skip 15 minutes ahead. Dumping straight to my first draw. If we wanted to go bearish. Bro, that is like a fucking 30-second of doom entry. I did say I wanted to long from this position probably, but I'm not willing to take a 30-second, 2 minutes of the market open, to be quite honest. Even if this does play out, I do not really care. Was there an entry here? Not something that I really care about. If we want to go lower, we would. This is a pretty big sweep. And we're inside. I guess inside this, well, I wouldn't even call it a New York opening. I guess New York opening gap, in a way. If we do want to continue lower, though, I do see us respecting this 15 and then continuing higher. We technically do not need to trade back up here because this is swept out liquidity inside of a gap, so Lowkey is high resistance. But if this was our objective to go higher, I would want to see this get inversed, not respected. Are we inside any gap? No. We're inside this 5 minute. This 5 minute, we're just continuing the bearish race action. In terms of draws. Okay, wait, I just want to see something. On yes. Wowzers. We swept out this London low. I'm just considering, do I take this 5 minute short? Is this sponsored by any higher time frame gap? Not really, to be honest. I like to see, like, we create this 15-minute, we respect the 15-minute, and then we open up 5, and then we respect the 5, and then we kind of go to our draw, and then I'll take this as my inversion. This isn't really a sponsored 5 minute high, and we have a hard time from SMT on these Asia lows, so I'm just not willing to take this, to be honest. Resweep of the high inside of this gap. SMT kind of looks like we're switching. Okay, so if we respect this gap, resweep of these highs, there is a possible short opportunity. I might be marrying my bias here, but we'll see. Okay, it does not look like we want to get a 1 minute inversion here or any sort of inversion. We have this 30-second. I don't really like this 30-second, to be honest. We are really close to 10 a.m. too, so I'm just gonna wait it out. 10 a.m. opens right now. Is this news? Wednesday, 10 a.m. new home sales. Sweep out data high. Did we inverse this gap or we pretty much inversed it. We do have these solid draws. We want to see complete inversion, and then we're kind of generating trendline liquidity here, like low resistance that I don't really fuck with. Is there a 5 minute? No. Do have this SMT. We are edging these highs now on ES. We swept those highs. Looks like we want to be more bullish. We swept all of these draws right here. Higher time frame SMT inside of this very premium gap. This would technically be a MAC. We just swept out London. All these draws, higher time from SMT. I don't see a reason for us to go higher after this point right here. Inside this unmitigated gap. Only thing is, wow, okay. So only thing is we have to wait for this to close, and we're already okay. Yeah, this I can't even take this mech to be honest. There's probably like a 30-second mech. Yeah, there was this 30-second mech that I low-key just completely neglected here. Let's see what happens here. We have this 5 minute inversion into nothing. This 5 minute inversion is about to close. Do I see this working? I do. Let's see the close on this 5 minute inversion. It's a 6 minute. We have these equal lows right here. That is the 5 minute. This would be the trade right here. What do we edge? We have pretty strong draws. We respected this gap off. Okay, 10 a.m. opens. Trade higher, sweep up those draws. Now, do we have enough confirmation that we want to go lower based on this 5 minute inverse? I would say so. We respected this premium gap. Draws lower. We have pretty strong draws lower. Except this would be technically high resistant. But we don't have any more draws higher. Is ES in a place of distribution? It's in this not fresh, but it is an hourly gap. This would just be trading. Like I would have to break even around this internal low, and the stop is kind of hefty, but I still like the trade. I don't see the reason for us to push higher by any means. It looks like we respected this premium 50-minute gap on NAS, And higher time frame wise, we're just inside this very big fucking sell model. Um, and we still have these draws on the NAS that are just untouched. This one right here. Obviously, we're not going to go all the way down here, but based on the fact that we rebalanced the range, um, this bearish range, swept out liquidity, higher time from SMT. I would say this is pretty low resistant, kind of low resistant draws. I do see this playing out here at least to this, which would be kind of like my protective measure in order to probably continue lower. Take a gander at this. That was a 5 minute of doom. That is quite an unfortunate trade. What could I have done better here? I do want to see if this does continue lower. It doesn't. Did we rebalance? Did we enter a higher time frame gap? Nothing that I really care about here. I guess like you can argue that I'm targeting high resistance, but at the same time, I don't really see the reason for us to go higher. I guess higher time frame. I was heavily relying on this hourly SMT. I felt like this would have at least played out to these low resistant draws right here at minimum. Um, in terms of higher time frame draw and liquidity, I guess these aren't that strong, but I'm not sure. Um, we are in a good position for shorts. Both indexes are in a really solid place to distribute. Um, solid place to distribute here. I'm not sure actually. This one is kind of a struggle for me. I could have faded just due to the stop loss, but that's not really a good reason to fade. I had pretty good conviction in the trading idea here, higher time from SMT. So I guess I was relying heavily on this higher time from SMT, but I thought it was valid because of how strong this displacement was through this 5 minute gap. Maybe draw could be better. Um, and then higher time frame, if you look at the hourly, you can argue that we are continuing bullish structure. So maybe a 5 minute inversion isn't enough to validate a short. Because higher time frame wise, we have this SMT, but then we also had this SMT, but we're still continuing off these bullish gaps. So maybe the objective hasn't been um, achieved yet for a short. Anyways, we'll just move on. But like I said, if you guys have any thoughts about the trades that I'm taking, I would love to hear them in the comments below. And obviously, I would appreciate if you guys are like ICT traders and yeah, trade the same model that I do. We did eventually go lower after what though? After was there like an unlimited? Yeah, nope. It kind of like I honestly don't know with this one. Maybe I should be waiting for like a 15-minute inversion before I take a trade like this, but it just looked pretty solid to me. I'll just move on though. Anyways, let's see here. Our time frame, we are displacing from this daily gap. Maybe that was the gap that we wanted to draw to um yesterday, like the day before this day. Maybe I just didn't look at the daily, so maybe that was the objective. We were like right beside it or something, and then I took a trade opposing that. Fuck, I wish I looked at the daily. In that case, that would have been pretty obvious fade if we were like edging the daily gap. I wouldn't see why I would short if we were edging the daily gap, but I guess we'll never know now. 4 hour wise, looks like we are reacting off this low that has an SMT on it. Hourly, relatively bullish, probably towards these draws right here on both indexes. And on the daily, we're bearish because we're respecting that daily gap, but hourly kind of looks like we're respecting more bullish order flow. So ideally, I'm more bullish. Swept out London, higher time frame SMT. These are pretty valid SMTs in order to push us higher. I would love to take a long from a better position though. We have, yeah, okay. So I'm leaning more bullish going into market open here. That's pretty much it. We had 8:30 news that I cannot trade to. Is this a valid short? Nope. Would it have banged? Yes, somehow. I just didn't like it because we're not on any key level that I'm interested in taking shorts from. Um, Based off this price action, though, we have a clear objective. Now that objective could be Asia lows or this odd looking, very odd looking candle, which could be like overnight news or something. I would want to see maybe like a 5-minute retracement, which is continuing off nothing realistically. Let's see. Okay, we just zoomed to that low. Has the objective been taken? We now have no more draws and liquidity that I can short to. Um, Boom, 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 boom. 10 a.m. opens lower. This is quite literally the impediment of mech model here that we did not get. This would be the manipulation leg at 10. We can look at an open low high close in terms of mech. That would be pretty primal. Do I like the distribution or where we're at here? Like, unless there's like a gap of some sort. Please. 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 Um. Oh, hell no. He's bagging the markets. He's bagging the markets. Oh, hell no. Emotional trader. Emotional trader. Nope. Maybe. Bro, I'm digging really deep for this Mac. Holy shit, man. Um. We're not even in a 15-minute gap here that we can long from. Even a 30-minute. Like we're inside this right here. Wait, can I even select that? Focus gap. Right here. Yeah, bro, I'm reaching. I'm not gonna fucking take this mech. I feel like there's a good chance it works out here, but it's not like in a place of distribution that I would want to take it. And we could Just also not get the inversion. I could have just waited for that too. Yeah, we tapped into the 5 minute. Only way I'm taking shorts here is if we generate liquidity, enter a more premium area for shorts. Hard time from SMT. Did we generate? Kind of. Let's see here. This right here is a fat SMT. A drawn liquidity lowers kinda poo poo. Sharing liquidity. Holy shit, hope you guys can't hear any of the things that is being said. We have this small 2 minute gap that we'd have to inverse before I even consider this. Which we got. Higher time from SMT, inside of a key level 15 minute, rebalance the range, bang diggity dang. Take a Mac continuation short right here. Bro, like I said prior though, like draws on liquidity, it kind of looks like we're just itching to go lower, but like ES already took out, I mean Nas already took out all these lows, or this low right here. I'm still like we don't need to take this out, but it's like it is a draw on liquidity that we could go for. And then higher time when we are bearish, um, we rebalance the range, so you can kind of validate like that. On the 30 minute, we open up a 30 minute, but we just respected this very premium gap of the range, and then you can consider this generation of liquidity, and then a strong 2 minute close through this gap right here. I don't want to fuck up again and take a trade that is like see this right here, I don't even fucking know if I should be fading this because we are inside like a 6 minute. I don't really see PB look at the 6 minute too much. Okay, well we're inside a 5 minute on ES, which is like peak area for continuation. I think due to the lack of draw, I'm just gonna fade it. Break even. Yeah, it would have been just a break even trade. Oh, that's quite unfortunate. Yeah, like lack of draw, we dumped so many points, and then okay. Honestly, moving forward, I'm not taking a short unless we generate like clear low resistance, and we have a strong draw lower because this price action, like it's like the one loss that I took, I thought it was pretty valid, honestly. Some of these break-even trades that I'm getting, I'm kind of trading towards nothing. So, like, if the draw's already taken, unless we're generating low resistance liquidity, I ideally should not be trading towards no draw and just a random fucking continuation to nothing. So, continuation trades usually is to a point that the market wants to take out because it has a lot of orders there, not to a random point. On my wait, hold up, did I skip 2 days? No, wait, hold up. I'm not, I promise you, I'm not looking at. Okay, am I being sped? I mean, am I being stupid? I don't think so. Okay, now this looks like a pretty good day here. We're inside this 4 hour gap. Um, Holy fuck, man. Like, it Loki just looked like we just wanted to sell off to these lows. Did we sweep out this? We don't really need to sweep it out. We already swept it out before. Um, yeah. 4 hour gap. Inside this 4 hour, kind of looks like we're just bum rushing through it. We have this unmitigated on the NAS that we can target. On the hourly, bullish. Hopefully towards these draws, 15-minute, probably the same ordeal. Kind of looks like we're respecting bullish order flow. I'm hoping retracement. Holy fuck, 28, 8:30 news. Wait, what's going on? Am I tripping? Um, hey yo, I'm actually so confused on what's going on, man. Um, oh, we're just not going back. Why are we not going back? Yo, what are we doing here, man? Um, are we going back? Yo, this shit is actually geeking out, man. It's actually geeking out, man. Um, okay, I'm actually getting fucking cheese. Let's see. Okay, well, it kind of looks like we just wanted to skip that fucking day, I guess. Yeah, I'm okay with ending it here. I'm probably just gonna do some back testing on my own. Anyways, this next day looking kind of juicy, so stay tuned for that. In terms of stats, 70% win rate. We're not taking too many trades. Review of the trades that I took. This one was solid. No, this one was not solid. It's like debatable. Or no, this one was not debatable. Or this one was debatable. Um, this one, I don't really know why I lost this one. And Thursday was ass. Friday, we couldn't even fucking trade. In terms of the stats, this is what the stats are looking like. Frequency of trading, not that good. I do always struggle with frequency, and I feel like I don't really see as much as I should be seeing. But yo, yo, give me like 5 minutes. Yeah, frequency of trading, doesn't seem like. Um, yeah, I feel like frequency I should be increasing to the frequency, which I'm trying to do. That's why I'm kind of slightly forcing trades, but most of my trades are not too forced. Regardless, I think stats wise, we're not doing too shabby. I'm really hoping that the next month after this is going to be even better for the price action. This is kind of setting me up for like discipline wise. I really need to be not taking trades if I don't see trades to be taken. I think most of the trades that have been taken are trades that I would take in live markets. Somewhat, some of those break evens I'm getting really lucky on. Regardless, that's it for probably today. It's gonna be the last post of the day. If I am gonna backtest, it's gonna be by myself. Um, I'm kind of D's here. Holy shit. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you in the next video for tomorrow's session open. Let's get it. Okay. Catch you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.